Okay. So, um, I thought I did it, but anyway. So I am on Instagram and I'm on Facebook, and I tried to work out how to do Instagram on my StreamYard, but apparently that wasn't working. So here you go. But hello. So anyway, you know what? That's why I surround myself by amazing, capable people and have them working with me, uh, because they're just brilliant at what they do and how they function with everything. And I just decided to. I was just choosing to go live. I just did a podcast, and if you're not, don't listen to my podcast, Choice, Change, and Action. You might want to check it out. I like it. It's a few different things I would like to do this year with it too. And I want to showcase some different businesses because for me, business is such a way to create whatever we desire in the world, you know. So anyway, we can talk about that another time. But what I wanted to talk about was I actually came off social media in the month of February, which was interesting. I made the choice like that, and I just went, okay, I'm done. You know, let's just give it a month and see what shows up. So I was planning on coming on here on the 1st of March just to say hello and, yeah, I'll come back and do social. Uh, but it was funny on the 1st of March, my 1st of March, because I know it's the 3rd now in Australia. I was like, I have no desire to go on social. And so I didn't. And one of the things I have been learning about is relaxation with all of this. And I just walk you through. It was really interesting. A couple of things that showed up for me not being on social media was one of them. Um, I love it. Liliana just sent me a message saying she's watching me on IG. Yeah, because I had to set it up different because I couldn't find any of you. But anyway, I'm here on Instagram and I'm here on Facebook. um, so it was really interesting for me. It was like the first couple of days when I went, okay, I'm not doing social, and I don't know what this sounds like or whatever, but I was cooking and I was cooking and I was just cooking. I didn't take a photo of my cooking. I didn't make a video of what I was cooking. I didn't talk about it. I just cooked. And then I went downstairs to my gym and I was doing Pilates and I was, working out, and I was just doing Pilates and working out. And it's not like I take a photo or video of every time I work out. If I did, that wouldn't be very much. Because I usually move my body, at least once a day. But the thought wasn't there is the piece. Like, it's not like I take a photo or a video every time I work out or I cook or I hike. It just wasn't, it was there. And I was like, oh, it's just me. And it's always just me. And there was this space that was just opening up that I was like, wow. And what I noticed was, this is coming off social. If you're just joining, I came off social for the month of Feb, was there was a level of presence that I had with myself and with my body and what I was choosing. And I was like, okay, and then I would notice that I wanted to either, I'm so lucky. I get to facilitate some friggin' amazing classes around the world and online, etc. And of course, I would like the world to know that the classes are on. So, I'm like, I'd like to tell the world. And all of a sudden that wasn't there. And one of the things that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, chose in July last year, he said, okay, no more emails for the month of July. And we didn't do emails for the month of July. And it was so interesting to see how people reacted with that. Well, how are we going to get this out there? How are we going to do this? How are we going to promote this? How are we going to da da da? And the how wasn't really a question. It was just this desperate act of like, pretty much, shit, what are we going to do now? And I noticed that it was a lot of people who really got their creativity on. They were just like, woof, it just felt good in your body and everything. You're like, okay, we're not doing emails. Now what? And there was this moment that there was this exploration of something different. And then I noticed people started to lean on social. And it's like, how many of you lean on social? And I went, well, what if I take social away? What do we do then? How do we engage? Because I do think, there's so much stuff on social media that is just, there's a level of cruelty on social media that astounds me. And I'm seeing that more and more. And then there's a level of joy as well. I will say that. I follow a lot of people who, inspire me, or what I look at social for is a lot is recipes. Like I get recipes or, health stuff, fitness stuff, something like that. Or humor. I love humor as well. I'm not being very funny now, but I'm talking to you. I actually like people who are being real. That's probably more what I go for. And, there's been times over the years when I've had social media that I was like, God, it just looks like an advertorial place. I don't desire that. I don't desire for my social to be just a whole lot of adverts. So as I took the month off social, like I said, and I'm going to say I had a little bit of withdrawal. I'm going to be totally honest with you. There was a few moments that I was like, whoop, maybe I should just go, whoop, big mistake. I'm actually being on social, or something. And then I went, no, just stick this out for a month and see what shows up. One thing I did enjoy was, I want to say, not being watched. It was really interesting. We had classes here for a month in February, which was amazing. Gary Douglas and Dane here were here, and there's so many people that I just love and adore that were here in Australia. And it was amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I also really enjoyed every lunchtime that we were at, everything that we were doing. There wasn't like a snapshot. There wasn't a this, there wasn't a that. It was just really living. So what I'm looking at now is, what if relaxation is a key to something different? And I would like to look at my social now as, how do we do this from relaxation? How do we do this from choice and not from this necessity, not leaning on it to create something? Because in truth, there is an energetic universe available that we are so aware of. I mean, for myself, like I just went hiking today again. I went hiking yesterday. And for me, being out there in nature and hiking is just such a thrill. And I just love it. I love being out there in nature. And I also like being on here too. I like checking out what people are doing. And I think every single one of us, it takes all of us to create something different. For example, every single dollar you spend and where you spend it creates the world that we get to choose to live in. Like one of my things at the moment is, not having to fight everything, but what if I used cash as much as possible? And I do. I use cash wherever I can. I will pay cash because for me, even though you go, oh, you're just one person. No, you're making a difference. What's the world that you would like to live in? What future would you like to create? So for me, also, it's like I would like to live in a world of kindness. I would like to live in a world where people actually, are not cruel to each other. And there is a lot of cruelty out there in the world. I know that. But what if you didn't have to be affected by it? You could be aware of it and you didn't have to be affected by it. So I would like to discover what, being involved in social media from relaxation and not leaning on it as an answer to a business either. You remember the days when everyone used to go, oh, I need a business card for their business. And that was, they had to have a business card. And then it was like they had to have a business card and a website because that was the new thing. I mean, gosh, I'm old enough to remember the days where you just had a landline, and it was bricks and mortar. And we had bricks and mortar, a landline, and you worked 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Now it's like you've got a telephone, you've got this. Business cards are like, you've probably got a QR code on it or something, which we do. So go figure. But what if you had the world? What if you had this energetic access to the world? Because you do. You do. What if we chose that? What would we choose today? Like, who could you inspire? Who are you inspiring? What if you could inspire yourself? What if you could choose something different with your life? What if you could change something? And I just did a podcast today. It's not out live yet. It'll be out in a few days. So watch this space. And I did it solo. And when I was hiking, I was looking at different areas of my life and what I was choosing and what would I like to choose. I sort of like to be in constant question of, what would I like to choose with business, money, relationship, sex, my body. The earth was really coming up for me. It's like, what would I like to create and be with the earth? What can I receive from the earth? All these different topics. So I am going to put a shout out that if you are not on my Telegram thread and you would like to be, you go to SimoneMillises.com/Telegram, and it's called Engage with Simone. I'm on there infrequently. I don't promise anything, but there's updates, there's, what's happening, etc. But what I did do today was I made a video when I was out hiking, bright red face. It's pretty hot here in Australia still, and made a video talking about how I was looking at this and the tools that I was using to actually choose, to start questioning everything, what would I like to choose, etc. And then I did a little Excel spreadsheet that I put that in the Telegram thread. So if you are on the Telegram thread, simonemillises.com/Telegram, you can check that out. And, go there if you want to play. If you would like some tools from Access Consciousness, if you would like to, be inspired by others, please don't go there if you want to judge or be cruel, etc. It's so friggin' boring. And I'm like, seriously, don't you have something better to do with your life than that? Come play. What can we inspire, in each other? So I'd like to invite you to that. Oh, also, I've got a relaxation call. It's 5 calls. It's an energy pool. What's an energy pool? Well, it's playing with the energy and exploring relaxation, with the energy. And it's 5 days. It starts on my 11th. So it's your 10th if you're in America, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the future. And the future's looking bright. But an energy pool is like, I want to play with the energy and the tools of access. And it's 5 days and it's really good price, $50. And I want to play with that of what would it be like if you had this sense of relaxation with you, with your choices, with money, with business, with your relationships, with everything. Just even you look at that, like, where are you doing frantic and frustration rather than relaxation? And I know, you get that thing where people go, relax, and you just want to go, can I slap you now? And it's like, I get that. I do. Truly, I get that. I've been told enough in my life to relax. And then I finally went, you know what if I just, have the courage to indulge in this and find out what it is like to actually relax with every area of my life. So I have been, and I would love for you to come play with that. Like I said, starts on the 10th, 11th, simonemillises.com. I'm sure it's going to be relaxation is the short URL. If not, go to my website. But yeah, so I just wanted to say hello to everybody and what's happening, what's going on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so friggin' amazing, because you are amazing. And hopefully I'll see you somewhere in the world. I'm in Australia for 2 months and then I'm off to Europe for 2 months. So there's no real significance to the 2 months. It just is. So, but yeah, so thank you for being here. And I will get to see you somewhere in the world soon. Mwah. Okay, I'm going to go bye here. Mwah. And then to Facebook. You just in Facebook, you're just watching me turn off live on Instagram. You just get that little extra second. So, okay. Mwah. Ciao.